let me kick it off really quick. So thank you everybody for joining. This is a little trial, a little tester. We are coming to you guys late. You ready for some hot takes?
I am just slapping on hot takes, just slapping all day.
You want the introduction, or are we past that at this point?
To my right, let's take a quick appreciation. Quinn Bonnell. I got co-host Vish. How you doing, Vish?
Co-host is just not accurate. Here for the high grade.
We're all from Colorado. Have a lot of Rockies friends.
Congratulations on getting married.
Hey, you idiot.
Are you ready for some hot takes?
He's like, this is what you bet on the Rockies in April.
Question mark?
It's 12:30 in the morning.
You broke up. What did you say?
Bottom of the order.
Go Cubs.
We been talking about doing a podcast. I've wanted these two to do a podcast for a very long time. I think they're very funny. I think they have great chemistry. And finally, they've agreed to do it. Luckily, here on my platform, RBI Baseball. So thank you, gentlemen, so much for finally deciding to say yes. Really excited about it. And Q, I think you said you have some notes. And
yeah,
so
surprisingly have some notes.
So I was gonna see what.
If you don't know, Nick and I's relationship here is like I'm not very organized, but compared to Nick, I have to become like literally the fucking president. That Nick's on at 9 o'clock is also just a start.
It's a miracle.
Hey, we're here, baby. We're living. It's 2021.
Also, round to the text like 3 times to get me to be like, sure, this time works.
I was waiting.
Yeah, Sunday works, whatever.
I was waiting for Nick. Connor, if you don't know this, like, I'll text Nick sometimes. I'll be like, yo. Like, when we used to throw, I'd be like, hey, I'll come pick you up. I'll pick you up at 11. I'd get there at 11. You'd be like, I'm not even at my house. I'd be like, how did that happen?
I love it.
Fucking lost. I don't know.
It wasn't
Anyway, sorry, yeah. Off topic.
No, all good, man. So, you got some notes, Q?
Yeah, I don't want to start with this, but we have to. The NL West offseason.
It's good. It's a brutal one, isn't it?
I guess we can start with the biggest one. The one everyone asks me when I tell them I'm a Rockies fan is, how do you feel about Nolan Arenado? And you're like, to me, we had to trade him. I've been telling we should have been rebuilding forever because the one thing the Rockies never do is try to win. Like, they're like, we're cool being 500, losing in the wild card. So I'm kind of glad we're actually trying to rebuild. Now, what we got is pretty bad. Like, I'm always okay with, like, you're spending $50 million, like, get rid of a contract like that happens, and it's whatever, but not getting one prospect in the top 100 when they have 3 is horrible.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm going to be honest. I think this is better than holding on to him. One, you get rid of the money. Dumb contract. The minute you sign Charlie Blackmon, signing Nolan down on money. If you're a small market franchise, isn't worth it unless you have somehow drafted so well that you have a bunch of guys on rookie deals in in early arbitration or something like that. But just in general, you can't hold on to that money. I know they paid $50 million of it, but they're still going to save like $100 and change million. So like they're shipping a lot of the contract out, which I know I like Gomber a lot. I think that's a good deal. I think he could possibly throw a high 3. He'd be a high 3 guy, of course. Possibly. It's a lot. It's hard to do, but
yeah, well, Gomber's definitely the best piece we got for it. But
yeah, the other guys, it's like whatever.
Yeah. Another big thing with the Rockies that just upset me, and we were arguing about this last night, was David Dahl.
Yeah,
you said he had to sign him for $6 million. Do you know what the Rangers signed him for?
You said it was 2.8?
2.7
That's
million.
So bad.
I get it. He gets hurt a lot. But 2.7 is his upside is so fucking good.
Also, who are you going to play in the outfield? Like, what do you have instead of him? I'm not saying he's trying to win games.
Garrett.
He's trying to be bad. But
played over Garrett Hampson. I do. If David Dahl's bad again, who cares? It's $2 million.
Yeah, agreed.
He's
and, like, he could be good, and you could flip him and get something back. We're trying to
exactly.
There's not a situation where you shouldn't have him on your roster.
Like, there's no, like, risk at it at all.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like, play 4 outfielders and have a rotation going. Like, Charlie's not going to play 150 games.
No, and even if he does, David, like you said, best case he plays well. Let's say you're trying to lose and you want to rebuild, which they should be doing. I've been calling for that for years. They hold on to Cargo, hold on all these dudes, never get anything in return. Finally, they trade Nolan, but it's like, you still try to keep guys that are cheap, that are good players. Like David Dahl's cheap; he's a good player. If he plays well, all you got to do is flip him for a 17-year-old pitching prospect. At least get something back. Like
even if it's someone who's a 20s rounder and he's like has a little potential and he's in double A.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You can get something if he plays well back.
Dude, again, like I was saying, like worst case he plays bad or gets hurt again. Then just don't play him. Like $2 million is not killing you right now, especially getting rid of that Nolan contract.
Are you guys
You're not
really?
paying Trevor.
You guys really skipping over the fact that the Rockies also gave away $50 million in cash?
Dude, yeah, no. See, like I don't think that's that big of a deal. It happens when you have that bigger contracts.
Yeah,
But with the combination of that, of the no prospects
I
and
expected them to get 30, 40 in that range up.
Yeah, like Stanton. I remember Stanton's deal. Unfortunately, I'll try to say when I'm going to mess up numbers.
Yeah,
but, like, I think when they traded him, there was like $230 million left on his deal, and the Yankees paid the entire thing except for about I think it was $25 million that the Marlins ate, but they got nothing. The Rockies got close to nothing. They got Gomber. It was pretty much Gomber, and they paid $50 million for Gomber.
Yeah,
That's the issue. Like, if it was their $20 million, this would be fine. Or if it was like $50 million plus, you get Matthew Liberatore back. That'd be a great trade. They didn't get Matthew Liberatore back.
It was one of those things where it's like, I love the plan, terrible execution.
Yeah, horrible execution. I
We
mean,
can talk about the Rockies. We can talk about the Rockies. We're not seeing the Rockies pick. Really hope. I know this isn't off-season wise, but God, I hope the Angels are good. I think they're the one team that will overpay for Trevor.
Just
No. I think they're the one team that will overpay for Trevor at the deadline.
I think a lot of teams overpay for Trevor. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Trevor Story, although years ago I said he was a glorified stopgap.
Oh my God!
I think Trevor Story was the best player on the Rockies in the last 20 years.
When people brought Trevor Story, I was probably the most hyped person about Trevor Story.
I remember that.
And Nick called him a glorified stopgap for Brendan Rodgers. Dude,
after hormone 11 days, I was like, God.
He's hot. Okay, he's a hot glorified stopgap. Like,
I was like, 11 days of hell, and then it was like,
you're like, that's good.
Sophomore year, he played okay.
Yeah, he started I think it was in Arizona. He had like 2 in the first day, and I was like, oh yeah, stopgap. He's just hitting fucking 11 homers in the first week and a half.
For anyone that's listening to this, some background would simply be, we obviously went to junior college together, played baseball together. Q, obviously, he would run into my room, or I'd be in his room, whatever, and he'd run in through the door and be like, look again.
Another one. He did it.
Or running, and I was like, dude, I got the update too. I fucking know. Thanks for coming in here. I dug my heels into my defense, and in his second year, he had like a 750 OPS, and his OPS plus was like below 100. And I was like, so this is weighted runs created plus. And I was like, there he is. But it was just a small sophomore slump, and now he's like,
God, we're getting so off topic here. We're talking about NL West offseason. Yeah, all right. We go over the Giants.
Favorite story.
We'll do a quick one. The Giants. Again, not much really to talk about. Like, they're going to be the third best team in the division. They got Tommy La Stella.
Dude, I don't even know. Like, are they going to be they're not going to be the third best team in the division? You think?
Them or the
Diamondbacks could be alright.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we can go to the Diamondbacks then. Like, what was their offseason wasn't that fulfilling anyway. They had Soria. He'll start, be their 3 probably. And they got him for a 1-year 3.
I'm trying to look at the Giants offseason.
The Giants, besides getting Stella, which Stella was a really good contract, being 3 years.
I also
18 mil, like, but again, it's just like, I don't know. There's two juggernauts in that division.
No, I agree. I also love the Kevin Gausman contract. I think he's super underrated. He's like a high risk, high reward guy. Not even high risk. He's like, you could get a 3-5 with him with a bunch of Ks. And that's the guy.
His stuff's great.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not saying he's like, you should slot him in your floor, maybe a 5-year contender. I'm just saying, like,
he's a guy
you're trying to win something.
Yeah, no, a guy that pitched 25 games maybe in the year.
Yeah, and like he's gonna K a ton of guys. He'll probably be in the 4s, but he might be higher.
If you have a reliable pen, can be very good.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't mind it. And then I saw too they got what's his face, Anthony Descalfini. He's super underrated. I don't hate him. He's all right. And then Jake McGee is another one that I saw that I kind of locked in on. Jake McGee, obviously, I think he pitched pretty well for the Dodgers last year, right? This is going to sound bad. But...
Yeah, he threw really well in the beginning. But again, how do we feel about 2020?
It's a good point.
I don't care about their stats. Mick and I are a big believer. If you had the best year of your career or the worst year of your career in 2020, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Just how little games and just how weird of a season was.
For sure agree.
Just really don't care that much. Now let's go to the juggernauts. You want to start with the Padres or Dodgers first?
Dodgers. We can go Dodgers. Let's go Padres. Let's go Padres. We can
Padres, Dodgers. Let's do both. Okay. All right, Padres. Was a bigger sign, Snell or Darvish?
I don't know. That's a great question. I think Darvish because the ceiling's higher.
What about value-wise?
For sure, Darvish.
Snell's contract is better.
What's up?
Snell's contract is better.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair. Snell's contract's better, but they give up nothing.
Yeah,
give Zach Davies and a bunch of 60
that's true.
As a Cubs fan, believe me, I got the move. I understand what you're doing. We're just literally shipping money away, and we shipped everything. But it's like, oh man, we got a bunch of 16-year-old kids, and I like Davies. I've been a big Davies guy for a long time. He's the poor man's Kyle Hendricks. Him coming over, I'm like, oh man.
Hey, you love right-handers that throw 88.
Well, yeah, no, we're gonna have 3 dudes throwing 88, and then one guy throwing like 89, and then like whoever we slot in the 5 could be Braylon Marquez throwing 100. He's left-handed, but that's for a different time. Anyway,
different time, different talk, different podcast.
Yeah, I love Davies, but yeah, the deal was just we got nothing. But we also shipped this whole deal. So for the Padres, it's like they give him nothing. They just upgraded from Zach Davies, who's probably a 3, who I like. He's a good 3, to a legitimate 1 if Darvish is healthy.
Do they have the best rotation in baseball?
No, because the Dodgers is probably better.
Oh, it's just a transition over.
Yeah, I mean, no, I want to talk about the Padres a little more too.
All right.
They made some just really good moves in general. They got that Korean infielder. I know nothing about him, to be honest with you. I hate Korean hitters. Sounds ridiculously racist. It's not. I just don't trust him.
Oh God.
Like
no, I hear you saying like.
He was incredible. I know Hideki Matsui was good. Look up his advanced statistics. He wasn't incredible. He was good. There are guys out there that can hit. I'm not saying there aren't. Otani is obviously incredible. I doubt his ability to hit. Maybe it's just
No, I get it from like going from like a pro level standpoint from like that international side is. Yeah. We just haven't seen a lot of great hitters.
Yeah.
We've seen some really good pitchers.
Yeah, I love their pitchers. They're injury prone sometimes, but man, they can pitch, but they just can't hit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the case, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But like they got that one little Korean. Like I should.
They also got Musgrove.
Well, then Musgrove, yeah, that's true. They got Musgrove. I like him. They're so deep on the rotation too.
Like so deep.
They don't even need Mackenzie Gore, and Mackenzie Gore could be Clayton Kershaw. Like, dude, they literally are gonna run Snell, Lamet, not in order, obviously. Darvish. What's his face? Joe Musgrove, and then
I love what's his face. Great player.
And then who's their other starter?
Hey, dude, I forgot that. Is that lefty? That rookie. He came up last year in the postseason.
No, it's not Weathers. It's not starting Weathers.
It isn't?
It's Ryan Weathers. It's not. He's younger than Gore is. That's what I'm saying. They have Ryan Weathers. They have that dude and Mackenzie Gore, who's the best pitching prospect in baseball, in the WIM, and they don't even need them. They literally don't need them. Think about that. Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, I know.
Be Clayton Kershaw.
And they have a couple good hitters.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
I don't know, especially on their left side of their infield.
Yeah.
I don't even think we need to mention those two, but they're very good at baseball.
Fernando Tatis is the best shortstop in baseball. He's worth every penny of that contract. Good for him. Good for the Padres. All around incredible.
Dude, it's just a great deal for both sides.
Yeah.
It's such a great deal for both sides.
Agreed.
It's one of those deals like like my friends are like that don't follow baseball that often. They're like 14, 13 years. You're like, dude. I was like, how do I explain this to you?
Yeah.
It like makes sense. Like, imagine getting Brady at 24, knowing you're gonna get an elite player for 13 years.
Exactly. It's like
well, what if he gets hurt? I was like, okay, if he has a career-ending injury, that's the only way the contract wasn't good.
Exactly.
That's the like.
No, I agree. Like, it's just like they're gonna make money off Tatis. He's a marketing. He's gonna be the face of baseball. It might already be, honestly. And then like.
Yeah, people making arguments already. He's second or third best player in baseball.
I mean, dude, if he keeps.
I don't agree with that personally, but.
I do.
He's definitely. I've been like in the tops. I've been like 6 or 5.
I'm going to look up his career numbers. He's played probably about 162 games in the last 2 years. So, like, let's see. I'm going to look up his numbers, and I think you're going to be shocked. If he plays like he's played, I think he's the second best player in the game.
Behind who? Yeah, I'm just kidding.
LOL.
LOL.
This man
Garrett Hampson. Garrett Hampson's the best player in the league, right?
This man
Is that what you're talking about?
has had 558 big league at-bats. That's a full season. A 7 WAR, 6.9 on Baseball Reference. A 301 batting average.
Shout out Baseball Reference.
No, I'm just saying WAR can differentiate, you know. 39 home runs, 98 RBIs. The RBIs are relevant. 27 bags, 370 on base, 582 slugging, and 956 OPS plus 956 OPS, 155 OPS plus. I think his rookie year defensively, he struggled a little bit because he was just kind of making some errors. He made a bunch of errors. But
yeah, I
he's
know he is.
Already is an elite defender.
Yeah, very good.
Tell me how that's not the second best player in baseball. There's not even an argument against it. If he keeps this up.
You know how I feel? I want to give respect to Mookie after the postseason mostly.
Dude, Mookie Betts is.
I like. Remember last year, everyone was making the record that they were like, he's the best player in baseball, and I was like, who was it? I think it was A-Rod was doing it. Stop it.
Some Milwaukee writer, I'm going to interrupt you real quick because I do it all the time, wrote also, like, you can take the mic right back after, but wrote an article, was like, is Christian Yelich the best player in baseball after his 2 MVP seasons? And I love Christian Yelich. I think he is incredible to have for years before he got traded even. Didn't think he'd be this, but I was like, dude, are you stupid? Like, he doesn't play center field. He's not even as good of a defender at his position. He doesn't play center field. He's also a worse hitter statistically, even though he's an incredible hitter. Just like look at analytics. He plays in the middle of the park. He's slightly better in OPS.
I don't like comparing people to Mike Trout. It's not fair. It just really isn't.
Like,
he's so good. Dude, there's literally people's Instagrams. God, I wish I sent it to you before. There's people's Instagram comments. There's people's Instagram bios that are, I struck out Mike Trout. That's their career. Like, I did it. Like, I don't care. Like, dude, he threw it a 70 already. Like, I don't care.
Dude, I don't blame him. I would too.
Like, that's all I care about, and like, rightfully so.
Yeah, dude, he's the best player of all time, maybe.
For pitching lessons, that'd be in my bio as well.
Yeah, dude.
Sure. They'd be like,
no doubt.
They'd be like, tell me some stories in the big leagues. They'd be like, I struck out Mike Trout.
I would just have like a.
They're like, here's how I did it. He walked up. I saw a fastball, and I was like, nah, he likes fastballs down in it. I'm gonna trick him. I would break down like an AB for like an hour. That's how I did it.
No, I would just have like one of like, I don't know, how many strikeouts do you think Mike Trout has had in his career? Like, let's say 350? I don't know. But I would just have like a 1 out of 350.
That was really low.
Hey, I don't know. I was thinking about me and my career, and I was trying to do the math, but of a like actually good hitter, and I came out to 350.
Think about it, Connor. Like he is his 10th year of baseball, so
yeah, he's pretty crazy. It's 10th.
That'd be 30 a year. That'd be pretty cool.
Hey, I don't know. How many does he have?
Probably like 700.
700.
What, home runs?
Oh, home runs? No, strikeouts.
Oh.
Strikeouts, yes, strikeouts.
I would assume more than that, honestly. That dude,
700.
People think he does.
I was thinking like 80 a year, 90 a year.
Yeah, I bet you it's more than that.
You think? Yeah, he walks so much too, but all the deep yards.
That'll be our side poll. I'll put that on Twitter right now.
Yeah, do it. I'm gonna be honest.
It could be
I
300.
would bet a lot of money it's over 100 a year on average.
It could be 300 total. No, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Mike Trout strikes out more than people think he does. Strikeouts just don't matter, and I'll say it. They don't matter.
Right. You have to finish this division.
You're right.
Let's go to the Dodgers really quick, because there's only one thing I want to talk about here. World Series champs.
I want to talk about.
I'm gonna say it. How do you pay your Game 3 $45? How is that possible?
Agreed.
If there were a lot of people who listen to this, they'd be like yelling at me. They're like, "How dare you put the stat god?
Trevor Bauer's a monster.
Trevor Bauer's not a 3." They would be like, "How dare you?" Turn the podcast off. No, I'm sorry. He's a Game 3.
Hey, we're gonna if we're gonna do this, we're gonna be doing hot takes. Let me just
Not a hot take. I'm sorry. I've told people this. They get really mad at me. It's like one of the things people get pretty upset with me when I talk about. Trevor Bauer on a really, really good team like the Dodgers is a game 3.
Agreed.
And
Dude. Good.
like, I'm not saying his stuff's not good. His stuff's good. He's had 2 years under a 4, and one of them was a short season.
No, like, I mean,
These
I agree.
are just stats. I'm like,
No, I mean, I just pulled up his baseball reference page. I'm gonna go read his ERA stats so people that are listening to this can be like, okay, here's why. Because I'll give you the reason you pay him that much money. One, it's 3 years. Like,
no, yeah, I'm cool. Yeah,
the risk is
that's-
low. He has player opt-outs anyway. Granted, he'll never use them.
I'll give you another reason. The Dodgers.
Yeah, they have the money.
They have the money to do it.
Yeah, like, and he has the ceiling clearly. He threw it a 1.7 last year. It was unbelievable. He has the ceiling. I get the argument. I'm just saying he's not going to rep. I think there's a very real chance he throws a mid-3 this year. And then it's a bad deal. It's just a horrible deal.
No, it's just like, it's not like that I think Bauer's bad. It's just the expectation of a
And the
$45
money.
million contract is
Yeah.
you have to be better than Garrett Cole, Scherzer,
Jacob DeGrom. And, like, he's been up
and he's
once. He's not even been close not even been close.
He's been on the same level as we've talked about before. Stroman.
Yeah,
I
dude.
love Stroman.
No, me too. I
But,
think
like, I don't know who I would. This is, again, another really hot take. Connor, you can even roast me for this, but, like, I don't know who I would take in this upcoming year, Stroman or Bauer.
Do you mean, like, just a question, do you mean take with their contract or just take it?
No, I just mean straight this year.
That's fair. I mean, at the contract, it's not even close for me.
Yeah,
I don't even know what
get
Stroman's
that.
making, but I think it's like $8 million, something like that. I believe it's a bargain.
Dude, we can look back at this in the end of the year and maybe Bauer had a 1.8 and Stroman's over a 3.9, and I'm like, oh my god, that was the worst take I've ever heard in my life.
No, it probably will be.
I also don't think that's going to happen.
But I think I know what I'm getting from Stroman. Stroman's going to throw it at 3.4, 3.6, and I think Bauer, there's a chance he throws it at 4.
Yo, I agree. I very much agree. The ceiling for Bauer's there. I still think, if you're talking about the contracts, I'd rather have Stroman. It's not even close. But if you're talking about just price or no price is equal. They're both making 10 million, whatever you want to say. Or nothing, I don't know what you want to say. If they cost the same, I'd still probably rather take Bauer, just simply because it depends what you're looking like on your roster, too. If you need an arm to pitch well, I'd probably take I could argue Stroman. But if the Dodgers, it's not even close for me. Because you're going to pitch no matter what. You might as well have the ceiling of Bauer, who could throw at that 1.7, but also could throw at a 4.
Yeah, I get that. We'll see, though. Again, this could be the worst take ever. People could be like, hey.
Well, and if we're putting Bauer's ceiling at a 4, and we're expecting Stroman to be at like a 3.5, but Bauer's ceiling is a 1.8, or just at least repeating his Cy Young year of last year.
Yeah.
I mean, if money's not a topic or anything like that, I put my eggs in Bauer's basket, dude. I really do. With how much he puts
I'm also
in.
looking at it from a
That's fair, Reynolds,
perspective
honestly.
I'm looking at a perspective of 2 game 3s.
Yeah, but I mean, Bauer's not a game 3. I mean, Bauer's a game 3 of a returning World Series team with,
But
some
that's
damn
what
good
we're talking
pitchers
about.
on the
We're talking about
roster.
maybe,
But Stroman's a legit game 3, in my opinion. If you're Yasin at a 3.5 consistently, I don't see Bauer and Stroman both being legit game 3s. I think Bauer's normally on almost any other roster in the MLB is Yasin at the ace or at least the number 2. So, just to compare, Bauer to Stroman, that's not fair to Stroman, in my opinion. But
I always pull up Stroman just because of the
contract
stats,
difference?
and, the years
Age, like the
he's
same
in the
age.
league, the same kind of age.
It's fair, but
And they just also have they're not guys that they've I don't know. I guess they have such different pitching repertoires. I guess you can say it's not fair from that perspective, but I just feel it's strictly a stat basis.
That's my thing with analytics, spin rate, all that kind of stuff. They're both 29. Bauer's 30, Stroman's 29. So same age pretty much. But
Yeah.
that's my thing with it's like the Kyle Hendricks argument, knowing he doesn't get any shine because I'm going to read both their stats so we can just have some background. Because I think it's a great comparison as well. It's like Kyle Hendricks gets no shine as one of the best pitchers in baseball, but there's only like, I think there's 4 guys that have thrown under a 3.5 the last 4 or 5 years. It's Verlander, Cole. No, it's not even Cole. It's like DeGrom, Verlander, somebody else, and Kyle Hendricks. Like, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball, no question. Has the ceiling, had a year where he threw to 2-1, should have won the Cy Young. Fucking Max Scherzer robbed him. And then, like, has obviously one of the best floors, if not the best floor in baseball. Like, Kyle Hendricks is going to throw at a 3.5 or better, no matter what. It's never happened except for his rookie year's 3.9, but it wasn't a full year. Anyway, it's the same kind of argument because Bauer's ceiling, like you said, is that 1.8. My thing is, I think Stroman for sure is going to give you like a 2.7 or 2.5. He won't get a 2.5, like a high 2 maybe. It's very unlikely.
To a mid 3.
Yeah, like the worst are to get like a 3.8, 3.9. That'd be pretty unlikely in my head. Bauer, I just think there's a very high chance of him being at that 4. He could be at the 1.8 though, like you said. That's why like the money makes sense for the Dodgers especially. But okay, the last 3 years, Stroman. Let's see.
Yeah, let's get your last comments on this, then we'll...
Yeah, then we'll move on. 2017, Stroman threw a 3.09 through 33 starts. 2018, he had a bad year, holy hell. 5.54 through 19 starts. Next full year, so 2019, last year before he opted out, because he opted out last year. 2019, full year in the major leagues, 32 starts. Threw at 3.22. Like, that's just solid numbers. I know he had that 5.5, but I think he's going to give you in that 3.
And what is he, a career 3.8?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be better than Bauer's, which is, I know it's not what we should
I know Bauer's like a career.
Yeah, 3.76 for Stroman career. And then Bauer, if you're looking at Bauer, his last 3 full years, and then I'll give you this year, which this past year was a half year or whatever, or third of the year. 2017, same exact year, 4.1. 2018, again, incredible this year, I get it. The 4.1 was he threw 31 starts. Then threw 27 starts. In 2018, threw it at 2.2. Again, I get it. And then 2019, threw it at 4.4, 34 starts full year. And then had last year where he
and the last thing on this, like with Stroman too, like he also has been at the worst ballparks to pitch at.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair.
So I don't know. It's just there's a lot we could talk about with this, but
yeah,
I guess
I think I'd rather about the price point is the same, but I get it. Sorry.
All right, let's transition to another pretty hot topic for Nick and I is the NL East.
Why is that?
We're just jumping around.
Yeah, no, like we would have as division winners here from the NL East.
No rhyme or reason, but I love it.
Yeah. So, what do you want to start on this?
Are we talking about
what team do you want to start with? Like,
you just said.
We can talk. Okay. We both agree who we think is going to win this.
Yes, the Braves are far and away the best team.
I think the Braves are far away the best team. Now, here's where it gets another hot take. Like, I don't think the Mets are even the second best team in the division, which is kind of a bold take. I get it for some people, but I do this every year. I like the Phillies, man. I do it every year.
I did too.
I just look at their team. I don't know if it's because, like, I just see guys like Kutch and Harper, and I'm like, God, I love those dudes. Like, and they're horrible at defense, and like they have Segura too. And their lineup just looks so good. And they have JT.
DD is like a good bargain buy too, and I'm like, oh, good move.
But like, are they better than the Mets?
What's that?
Are they better than the Mets?
I'll gas you up on the Phillies too. Think about this: Alec Bohm, dude's gonna rake at third base, solves a huge hole. Kingery could be good. He's just a move around piece. Didi's a bargain buy. Reese Hoskins is a dog. Real Muto is the best catcher in baseball. They retain him. Bryce Harper, I know it's a big contract, but a really good player. They're going to hit off of that right there.
Now here's the question. Can they
have you seen Aaron Nola throw? That guy's incredible.
And Zach Wheeler. And they got
Zach
Eflin.
Wheeler? Oh, that guy's good. You know?
And they got Zach Eflin as their 3.
He's all right.
Yeah, but like he's just all right 3. Matt Moore's their 4.
Probably a 4, but yeah.
Now I'm gonna read you their bullpen.
Dude,
it's
go
not
ahead.
good.
Go ahead.
It's not good.
I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Kensler, Brogdon, and Conrad. Ain't good. isn't good. And with that defense, too, it's really suspect.
Here's my thing. Bullpen, you're like, your bullpen's bad. Bullpen pitching year to year is so hit or miss. Like, dude, just throw wells. Like, unless you have, like, a premium bullpen on, like Hader, Chapman, Kimbrel even, and that's gone to shit for some odd reason. I mean, not really. He's pitched well at the end of last year, but, like, unless you have one of those guys, like, even Hader, look at Hader's numbers. He's unhittable. Was it 2 years or 3 years ago? Literally, like, a .6 or whatever it was. And then last year, it's like a 2.9. I'm not saying 2.9 is not elite. It is, especially with those strikeouts. I'm just saying prone to giving up some home runs, gave up some runs, wasn't as valuable as he was 2 years ago. The fluctuation is so crazy. Unless you have one of those top shelf guys, you're probably just bullpens are just pieced together. You know, like you just figure it out.
And
that's where I'm like, I don't know. Like that's where like teams are like, oh, God, that bullpen is incredible. It's probably going to be good. I'm not saying it's not going to be good. It's just like you can figure out your bullpen a lot of times.
They also have my least favorite closer in baseball ever. Archie Bradley.
Archie Bradley.
You know why I hate him, right?
No.
Yes, you do.
I don't know.
Be the NL wild card in 2 years ago.
Oh, I remember. I'm sorry. I don't even know.
Connor, if you don't know, like I guess like everyone out there, Archie Bradley as the reliever in the wild card game hit a triple. Basically,
reliever. As a reliever, hit a triple.
Yeah.
Coors Field, right there. Bang.
No, it was at Arizona.
Okay, my fault.
Yeah,
whatever. Chase is a hitter's park.
Off Pat Neshek.
That's tough.
It was very tough.
Good.
How was the swing though?
It was a good swing. he ripped a slider.
Oh, that's money, baby.
It hung, but like Pat Neshek's slider's majority was pretty good, so it's just pitch that kind of didn't do it. I'm pretty upset about it. So,
it's okay.
I actually love Archie Bradley, considering he's that multi and even like universal reliever that I always wanted.
He's the best hitting reliever in history of baseball.
What's up?
He's also the best hitting reliever in baseball history.
I mean,
I don't know if that's. I think it's true. I don't know. Is that its only AB? What he has a 400?
I don't know. Travis Wood. Oh, Travis Wood. You probably don't remember, but I remember. Do you remember Travis Wood?
No.
He also played left field for the Cubs because Joe Madden just like, fuck it. This will be fun. You know?
I missed.
He's a weird dude. Like,
all right, no, we gotta kind of stick on.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm off track.
Yeah.
It's my fault. The Phillies, yes,
no,
they lure me in every year. They lure me in every year. They say, Nick, we're gonna win 88 to 94 games, and then they win 78 to 81. And I'm like, God dang it! You have good players. Figure it out. I also love a lot of those guys, especially Bohm. With Bohm now, I'm a big Bohm guy. Played for D-Bat back in the day. I played against him, and I was like, "Oh, this kid's huge." And then he went to the big leagues.
Wichita State guy.
Oh, yeah. And so I'm like, I want them to be good. But they're not going to be. So just because it's the Phillies. Granted, Joe Girardi, who knows? You never know, but they're not going to be.
What about the Nats?
The Nats, very interesting. I have literally no idea. What do you think of the Nats?
I love their first 4 starters. Like everyone does.
Okay, Scherzer.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, who do they go? No, Corbin's not 2. Strasburg's 2.
Yep.
Corbin's 3. Yeah, that's elite. Who's
You're
4?
gonna love. You know 4. You don't know 4?
Oh my God, I forgot. Oh God, don't do this to me.
Yeah, you know 4.
Dude,
You actually don't know who it is.
No, I do. I'm just saying, like, I'm upset now. Like, that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, you definitely. Know
I didn't at first. I forgot that happened. You know, I just like it sucks. I love Jake Arrieta. I'm glad we got him back. Don't get me wrong.
But their
He's
4
my second
is
favorite pitcher ever. But who's my favorite pitcher ever?
John Lester.
Exactly. So like, kind of sucks ass. Also, like, dude, he's been so goddamn good for the Cubs. Like, just he didn't go on one.
Let's talk about a game 4 being John
dude.
Lester. Talk about just reliable. Like,
I know we threw like a 4 something last year, but like he could very easily be a 3-5 this year. Very fucking.
Do they have the best rotation in baseball? Like,
if Strasburg's healthy, I mean,
yeah,
very possible.
Probably,
actually.
I like to think Scherzer and Strasburg are the best 1-2. I get the DeGrom.
I'm trying to think. I hate Syndergaard. I think he's so overrated. So.
Yeah, I wasn't even.
Isn't he on the IR to start the season too?
Yeah, no, yeah. I think he's. I don't know if he's even healthy, but he's never healthy.
No, I'm pretty sure he's on the IR to start this season. Syndergaard.
Syndergaard is, yeah. I was thinking, but I was sorry. I would not blast. I was thinking about
Carrasco. They have Carrasco now.
Yeah.
All right, hey, really.
I love him. I don't know if he's.
Before we get off the Nationals topic, Okay.
Yes.
Right now, I'm looking at a website called TeamRankings.com. Now, the validity of this website, zero clue. Okay, but they claim the website name claims to be pretty dang good. Right now, they have their estimated record to be 81 and 80. Okay. Well, 81.1 and 80.9.
Okay, I was like, what?
Do you guys think they're going to be over or under 81 wins this year?
That's pretty close. In my head, that's just a great line.
Yeah, that's really close. Dude, Scherzer wins 17 games. Strasburg's healthy, wins 15, 16 games. Like, then I think, yeah, it's an over.
Okay,
If you win 80% of those games with those two, and like
if their pitchers are healthy,
hey, I'm gonna write these down. We're gonna go through all the teams that we talked about. I wanna go over these. Nick, Q.
I would if I had to make a bet on it, I would take the over. I was just like, it's gonna be close, but I take the over. Edge, that division just.
It's a hard
I feel like
division.
every team in that division, because it's so good, is going to be lower than like I think they're valued at. Like if they were in a different division.
Agreed.
So Q, you're over.
Yeah, I would put it over, but not by much.
Okay, Vish, where you at?
Under. Strasburg can get hurt.
Okay, and I will go.
Terrible if Strasburg gets hurt again.
I'm gonna go under.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna go under.
It's very possible they're over that 81 mark, but I just can't. I can't bet on it with how good everyone else is.
Oh my God, Kyle Schwarber's playing left field.
Yeah, I mean that dude's overrated. Love you.
Yeah,
Kyle.
no, like I wasn't saying that as a positive thing.
What?
I
Yeah.
wasn't saying that as a positive.
I mean the dude can hit, but like not
Is
even
he-
that well. Like
Is he the worst? Is he the worst defensive outfielder in the big leagues?
I honestly really doubt he is. He's gotten a lot better. He's very bad. He's very bad. Hey, he's very bad. He's gotten a lot better in left field. Hear me out here.
Dude,
His issue is he can't hit. Like, I mean, like, he can't hit. But for
I
how...
have a take. I have something that might surprise you here. Who do you think's starting at first?
Who's starting at first?
Yeah,
Isn't Josh Bell with them?
Josh Bell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're going to be...
Ryan Zimmerman
Shit, I forgot.
not playing, starting.
Yeah, Josh Bell, man.
I mean, that's a great move. Josh Bell had a
Dude,
horrible
they
year.
have a lot of depth.
I just realized we shouldn't talk about, like, their off-season moves at all. Josh Bell is such a good trade.
Very good trade. Very good trade.
Love having a left-handed bat like that in the line of boys.
Dude, he needs to
Switch hitting bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to think more as a lefty.
Ah.
Dude, that guy is so good, and it's like the perfect like COVID year. Like, oh, dude, 550 OPS. Let's just the Pirates got nothing for him. It's
Yes.
the worst deal ever.
All right, real quick. You want to talk about this one real quick? The team that gets no love. The team Nick and I are so high on.
Very high on this thing.
And again, they're in. Connor, can you look up their projected wins real quick?
Yeah, what team is it though?
The Marlins. Oh no! Don't laugh.
Love it.
Don't laugh. This team is not very good. Is a good team. They are, and that's how like that. They're gonna come in fifth probably. I don't know, man. I want to say they're gonna come in third, but like I can't do that. I'm like the Mets are gonna come in last. Like I just can't do that. Or like the Mets are even gonna come in like the Nats are gonna come in last. Like I can't do that.
I'm very curious how they do. I think their win total of that is it. Pacodas has their win total at 71. Someone has their win total at 71, which is an abomination.
Okay, hold on. So remember when I said that team rankings validity I'm not too sure about?
Yeah.
I just looked at their whole NL East projections. Washington 81.1 wins, Atlanta 81 wins, New York Mets 81 wins, Philadelphia 81 wins, Miami 80.9 wins. So they're still in last, but
I got some projections here. I can go.
Although I think it's 88 wins. I was like, oh my god.
where can I look up these rankings so that way I'm not just a pretty face on this camera?
Yeah, or baseball. Pacodas.
Yeah.
That's probably the best ones.
Baseball what?
All right.
What's the side are you on, Q?
You know what side I'm on?
Fangraphs?
No. It's this little thing called Blue. Blue 2. Yeah.
So, okay, where can I look up these projections? Where's a generally good place to look up projections?
I'm just gonna read off
Baseball
this.
Pacotas.
Baseball
we're done.
Pacotas?
Or Q, what'd you just say?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
You say baseball reference?
No.
Okay,
He's
Vish,
a better one with this kind of shit.
Vish, I'm gonna need you to help out.
Yeah, I'm on it.
No, what's Pacotas? How do you spell that?
P-E-C-T-O-S.
Oh, okay.
I can go over quick while you're looking that up.
It switched it to baseball Pecos.
Pull up the Pecos League.
Washington says 84 wins.
Oh, Picada projections for no, that's 2020.
84
Hold
wins.
up, let's go to
I want to change my answer. 84 wins.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look this up. There's a couple good.
All right, I found him. Okay.
Good.
Way to be prepared, Connor. Nice.
So let's see. All right, so this one, let's redo the Nationals one then.
All right.
So this has them at 83.4 wins. So let's say 83.5. Over or under?
Under for sure for me.
I just hit 83 originally.
Q sets the line.
I literally said 83 and we were at 81.
Fucking guys.
I'll go over still. Fuck it, I'll go over.
I love it. I love
He's
it.
diving in. I kind of love it too, Q.
I feel committed. I don't want
Dude,
people
Josh
to be
Bell
like,
is such a good player. That is such a good signing. It makes you want to go.
I'm begging off Sharpville's again.
Carter Keegan could be a fucking piece too.
Okay, and then the Marlins. Marlins are at 70.1.
Over.
Not even close over.
It's not
I
even
hammer the
over.
over.
70. So we're going to do 70.5. Okay, so Q over. Vish over.
Not even close.
That's my
Connor.
bet of any bet this offseason. I haven't even looked at all the win totals.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be putting money on that for sure.
No questions asked.
Okay. Alrighty. You guys are
To our
so.
listeners, look at the rotation. That's all I'll say. And they're
Well, tell
not
me
as
about the
bad as
rotation.
offenses.
I don't know
The
about the
rotation?
rotation.
Their rotation is very young, and a lot of guys you just probably wouldn't have heard of.
Sixto, you've heard of Sixto, I guarantee it. Sixto,
Yeah, Sixto.
Pedro Martinez, he's really good. Everyone knows it, and he is really good. Sandy Alcantara, dude is a dog. He's a dog. Got him back in the fucking Marcell Ozuna trade, which did not work for the Cardinals. And Sandy Alcantara, Cardinals pitching prospect, pitched the last 2 years in the big leagues for the Marlins. Man, that guy's good. He is legitimate, 2 in my head. He could be a 1 depending on how his career shakes out.
And then Pablo
God,
Lopez is there too.
Pablo Lopez is really good, too.
Very good. And then we already said Sixto at their 3. And then Trevor Rogers. Dude, there's a really good rotation.
Yeah.
So.
Like Sixto could be the 1, Alcantara could be the 1, Pablo's trying out a 1, but he's good, like he's a good mid-rotation guy.
Now, Connor, you're probably asking why. Wait, you think the rotation's that good? Why are they projected to come in last?
Yes.
Their lineup isn't great.
It's a problem. I mean, it's not
Nick says, that was a nice way Nick could say that. It's a problem.
No, I say it's a problem. It's not.
It is a problem.
It's a problem.
Now, is it better than people make it out to be?
Yes.
Because people think it's like one of the worst lines in the big leagues.
He's not. Brian Anderson is not good. He's not bad. Jesus Aguilar is not bad.
So they have Marte.
Strong Marte is legit. That guy is
They have Marte.
phenomenal.
They got Dickerson.
I'm a huge
Love
fan
Corey
of-
Dickerson.
I think that guy
Love
rules.
Corey Dickerson.
Yes, he's a good player.
They have Aguilar.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the worst lineup.
They got like 5 guys that are like so fine.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of like, you're like, where's their guy in the lineup? And you're like, they got all right hitters.
So you're telling.
Hit really well last year. I don't buy into that very much. I think he's gonna hit fine, but man, he's just a good defender. Like I think Rojas is just a good defender.
So you're telling me.
All I'm saying for the listeners out there, right, Nick? For the listeners out there.
Hey, we have one viewer.
Let's go.
Expect to look up and those scores and see a lot of 3-1 games.
Yeah. Plus, Jazz Chisholm is a high ceiling. He could play second base and be good. Who knows?
So Derek Jeter's doing a good job over there?
A lot of weights. They had 3 guys throw under a 3.5.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Maybe 4.
They could have
it's
2 guys
possible.
on I could very easily see 6'2", or
I can see Sandy.
Sandy at
throwing it
3'1".
Yeah.
And then Pablo like a 3'5", and bang, 1, 2, 3. You got.
And then Rogers throws it at 3.9.
Exactly, dude. They could easily do that. Easily do that.
Hey, they came in second in the division last year. I know we don't talk about last year because it was short, but
fuck the Marlins.
They made the playoffs last year.
Dude, I've been just a sidetrack on this, and don't let me talk about this too much, but I've been gripping to dear life to this core group of players for years now, being like, oh, Kyle Schwarber will turn to Anthony Rizzo offensively and all this shit.
Yeah.
Once we lost to the fucking Miami Marlins, I said blow it up. I was like, trade everybody and their mother. Trade everybody, except for Chris Ryan, obviously. Even for a day, I was like, fuck it. Trade I think Chris Bryant is literally God. So, the fact that I thought trade Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo is an abomination to myself.
Yeah.
I don't still believe that. I'm just saying we lost to the Marlins, and it rocked my world. It rocked my world. And at that point, I had given up. I was like, this is the world. Fucking trade everyone. You can't win with this group.
So maybe Nick's not actually that high into this rotation as he is it was just justified the Cubs losing.
No, it was not. That's what I'm saying.
For the viewers at home,
it is not justified. With that the Cubs roster, Ian Happ is playing incredible. How do you lose to the fucking Marlins?
For the viewers at home, I saw both me and Q saw this man cry when the Cubs won the World Series. So if you don't understand why he's so high on this,
he's not actually from Chicago, folks. He's not big. No, he is. But
I was born in Chicago, moved out of there when I was 11. Okay, so don't question my shit.
So that's why he's so high on it.
I heard he's a White Sox fan, actually.
There are more photos of me as a kid at White Sox games because the tickets.
Dude, there it is.
So really quick, we've lightly touched on Atlanta. You guys said was going to easily win the NL East. Do you guys still stand by that? Because I don't know, this reference page that you gave me there, Vish, has them coming in 4th with 83 wins. So do you guys think it? 83 wins.
Oh, you know why?
That's a lock.
Nick, we forgot about something. Go look at their injury report.
I don't even care.
It's bad.
I don't even care.
So Vish, you have them over?
I'm at
83 and a half?
Over for sure.
Yeah, that's another lock.
Alrighty. And then, so let's keep touching on the NL East. The New York Mets. Give me guesstimations. What do you guys think this website I was given has them at? No. What's it have them at? What do you guys think?
88. I think it has them 88.
Oh my god, no way.
85. It has them 85.
82.
No way. It's higher than that. They're higher than the Braves for sure.
91.5.
Oh, shit. Under.
Oh, that hurt.
Not even a question.
Yeah, under.
Not even a question.
Yeah, under.
So.
I gotta be honest. The Mets are not. What they do this offseason, I know they got maybe the best shortstop in baseball, Hammer Tatis. I love Frankie, and I'm a Cubs fan. He's friends with Javi, all that shit. The guy is amazing. He is amazing. Incredible. Carlos Carrasco, I have been such a believer in him for so long. He's amazing.
And we were talking about Stroman.
Too. What's up?
And we were talking about how we love Stroman, too.
Yeah, no, they've been a team. They've been on the team, though. All they got was Cookie and Stroman. They're supposed to go for it.
They have Walker through 4 and David Peterson through 5. Colorado race.
Represent.
And Jordan Yamamoto, I think, right? Didn't they get him too?
Their rotation's really good.
Yeah, it actually is so good.
They do have a problem though. Who plays third base?
JD Davis is kind of good though.
Is he?
No, probably not, but maybe.
So
I don't know. There's definite holes in that lineup.
We've got the New York Mets.
That roster's incredible. I one thing with the Mets. Mets fans, if any Mets fan ever listens to this, which
we'll agree with this.
The Mets forever. I know there's new ownership, so there's new hope. That's why the Win Turtles, I could see 91, not really, but I'm going under for sure. Mets have had a good roster forever. That's never been the question. does somehow, I don't know how their culture in the organization or whatever that is, I don't know. So I'm not a Major League Baseball player. I played.
I know what their culture is like.
It's not good.
They don't have a GM.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, regardless, for years they've had a good roster and never been able to put that together. Just for whatever reason, injuries come up, and just never been able to win games. I don't know what it is, but they can't do it. So until I see that happen, I cannot be sold. And then 91 in that division is just crazy high for me.
Yeah, like dude, especially like us having the Nats winning over 80 games, like potentially the Marlins winning high 70s, and the Braves winning 90. Like, everyone
are healthy.
Everyone can't win.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. So we've got the New York Mets at 91.5. All of us are under. We got Washington coming in at 83.5. We have a little split there.
That was close.
I don't think it's an over now in Washington, but
that was really close. No, you stuck with it.
We have Miami Marlins at 70, and all of us are over. Atlanta at 83, and then the Phillies. What do you think the Phillies are at?
80.
83.5. So at 83.5 for the Phillies.
I go under, probably. I don't know, bro. They're
falling for it enough. I've fallen for it enough.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to fall for it one more time. Hit the over.
Oh!
I'll do it.
Over for Q. Vish, you're under?
Under.
I do it every year. At this point, like...
Q, let me just explain to you why you should be over.
I'm going to be that guy that says, like, the Nationals are going to be good every year, and then one year they're finally going to be good, and I'm going to be like, see, I told you, and you're going to be like, you say this every year. It doesn't
What
count.
did the Phillies do this offseason to improve upon their roster?
Nothing, but I just...
Nothing.
But last...
You just re-signed one guy for $100 million.
Yeah.
Who I love, but it's the same team.
Oh, boys. So...
Alec good. Spencer Howard could be good. Who knows? But anyway.
We skipped the NL West for these projections. And, oh, brother.
I don't really want to talk about it, honestly.
I know the Dodgers are...
Oh, brother. Not just the Dodgers.
The Padres are going to be high, too.
There is a clear split between the 2 and 3, and it is outrageous.
It's going to be like 63 games.
It's the best two teams in the big leagues and then a bunch of crap. No offense to all the rest of the three teams.
So really quick.
I wouldn't put the Giants in there.
No, I mean, it's not crap. You're right. It's not crap.
Like, now the Rockies, you can do that. It's fair.
The Rockies are garbage. Diamondbacks are
Really quick, we're going to go from the bottom up.
All right, let's do it quick.
Colorado at 61.5.
That's so little games, but someone has to win 50, and it could be them. I'm going to go under.
Oh, under. Vish?
Oh, God. 60? You said 60.5?
61.5.
Dude, that division is... Yeah, I'll go under. You're right. Someone has to win 50.
Okay, next one is the San Francisco Giants at 73.5. You guys going over or under?
It's a really good line.
They play the Rockies. How many times did they play the Rockies?
19.
There's 19. Kidding.
The Giants, I feel like, are one of the only teams in somewhat of a rebuilding phase that instead of going super young, they're going with only vets pretty much.
Yeah, they have a good farm system too that are just kind of working slowly.
Down there.
So what you got, Vish?
Go to Q. Q you up.
Let's just go through these quick. I'm just gonna go first instinct. I'm gonna go under.
Under. Vish.
Yeah, I'll probably go under too.
Okay. Next one.
Next three quick.
Arizona. We've got 76.5.
Jesus, that's a good one.
I'm under.
You went 3 unders and 2 overs? You can't go over the Dodgers.
No, I might go all unders.
The whole division, you're going unders? That just seems questionable.
Yes, it is questionable.
I'm not a big math guy. It doesn't seem like it adds up. I'm going to go over the Diamondbacks. Allen's good.
I'm going to go over on them as well, actually.
I like Walker, and I like Marte.
They signed Walker? Or Christian Walker?
Christian Walker. Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, that's a lot of
No, Tyler Walker's on the Mets.
Yeah, the Mets Scout, they got a good roster, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to sell myself on the Mets, but I'm not.
Yeah, no, sorry. We can go back to that.
Okay, next one. Slam Diego. Okay. They're at 95.5.
95?
Yes.
Holy hell, man. 95.
Dude, usually, so like Connor, usually in projections, giving 100 is kind of just, you don't.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
So like 95 is even. Like,
Oh, I know. No, wait till we get to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'm already hitting the under on the Dodgers. I already know it.
I've already typed in my under for San Diego.
I'm gonna go under on the Padres also. Just I don't know, like they could do it. Actually, you know what? Bold take. They're gonna win the division.
Oh, so you got the over?
I'm going over for sure as well.
Okay.
Padres.
They're gonna win the division.
Where are the Dodgers better than the Padres? Just right now, try to rationalize it to me.
Game
I don't know if they are.
Game 3.
Positionally, at least.
Game 3 pitcher.
Yeah. Okay. Go full rotation and rotation. I think the Dodgers are better, but it's not that much better.
No, it's really close.
Alrighty.
Bullpen that on paper, like I said, bullpen's piece by piece. But the Padres have a much better bullpen. And then you want to go line up like third base, Padres, shortstop. And I'm not saying that I don't have incredible players at these positions. Seager's awesome. But Padres, shortstop, second base, likely will be the Padres. Cronenworth looks legit. And they have C.J. Abrams in the works as well. They have so many good prospects still in the minor leagues, and they're still such a good roster. Oh, man, they're so good.
What do you got for the Dodgers?
Dodgers, 103.5.
Under.
Under.
I just can't. Like, they could easily do it.
Dude, I don't know. They
so could, good. But like,
fucking God, they're so good.
I refuse to pick an over on a team that's at 100 prediction.
Now, because someone want to do a little quick search, I'm pretty sure that the Dodgers and Rockies play over. I think it's like 35 times this year.
They have an opening day. I know.
I'm pretty sure it's like a ridiculous, like almost 40 games that they have to play the Dodgers.
That seems high, but
let me Google this.
I can look, yeah.
But
also, and then we can while you do that.
Yeah, you guys keep going.
Because how much time do we have here left?
So normally I think it would have, like I think we've hit our mark because we started at like slightly before 9 o'clock. I did read that there was something that Zoom turned it off back in 2020, the 40-minute mark. So I'm not sure if that's still the case or what, but it seems like it. So we're going to keep rolling until they turn this place off.
I want to talk about the AL East, but I want to, since we're because there's other things I really want to talk about. Let's just do it really fast.
Let's do it.
Okay.
AL East.
We're just skimming over.
Yankees the best team in the division, obviously.
For sure.
Now, here's the thing I just want to talk about for 1 sec. Just two teams. Is it disrespectful for me to have the Rays as the third best team? I'm going to the World Series.
You like the Blue Jays that much?
Yeah, I love the Blue Jays.
I want to like the Blue Jays that much. I just have some questions about them still. So, I mean, it's not disrespectful, but...
My thing with the Rays is, they find ways to win, man. It's just the opposite thing of the Mets we talked about.
Exactly. The roster doesn't add up to the wins they get, but
it's the opposite with the Mets. How we talk about, until we see them do it. The Rays, we just continually see them have guys that just overperform.
Exactly. That's why I'm I want the Blue Jays are better, but I can't until the Rays aren't better. Because on paper, like you said, I love BGO. I love Bichette, sorry. BGO. Vlad, I don't know yet, honestly. He's obviously good, but how good, I don't know. But yeah, the rotation, if Ryu's healthy, Pearson's a dog. They got someone else. Who they just signed? They got a pitcher.
I'll have to look it up. I'm not sure.
Shit. Oh, they signed Springer. Oh, shit. That's right.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Springer, and then,
It just feels like a guy that fits Toronto. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I agree, actually. I don't know why. I think that was a good signing. I think that's exactly who they should have gotten also.
Yeah.
I don't know why also. They have all these young infielders. I also think Travis Shaw's very underrated if he's still on that roster. I don't even know if he is, but I think he still is. If he plays first base, I'll probably be third, actually, if Vlad plays first. But anyway, not important. I like Travis Shaw. But yeah, I can't sell myself on it yet. I gotta wait and see. I have sold myself, but I can't sell myself. They're better than the Rays. That's what I'm saying.
fair. That's fair. All right.
But I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
So this next thing is kind of actually a transition with the Rays. I told you I had something I really want to talk about with you, and I don't think we've talked about it once ever. So this is exciting.
Wow.
How do you feel about I'm trademarking the term Chris Bryaning because for this instance.
I know what it means already.
Do you know? Yeah. Oh, you do know what it means already?
Yes.
All right. What do you think about it? Doing it to Wander Franco?
I think.
Should we explain what that means first, Connor?
What's that?
Should we explain what that means? Probably.
Yes, please do.
Should.
So, when did Chris Bryant come up?
2015.
So 2015, Chris Bryant, they sat him out.
Oh, 2014, sorry.
2014, they sat him out the first 20 games of the year and kept him in the minor leagues for the reason of they get an extra year on his contract, his rookie deal.
It was 11 games, but it was
11 games, whatever it was.
It's a certain amount of days. So he literally played 151 games. One rookie of the year.
So, but like
75, 26 home runs, 99 RBIs, if you're wondering. Continue.
So they end up getting an extra year on his deal. So if you don't know who Wander Franco is, Connor, he is the number one prospect in baseball.
Okay.
Plays for the Rays. He's a shortstop.
Damn.
He's going to be a big league starter this year for sure.
No doubt. He's 19.
He's so good.
Yeah.
But they are Chris Bryaning him, and he's not going to be on the opening day roster. In
other words, like, if you're a Major League franchise, you can keep a dude down for 20 days and just literally have an extra year in his contract. Instead of 6 years, you have him for 7. It'd be stupid not to. It's just the best business decision. The Padres didn't do it with Tatis, and I was up in arms. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I know it's wrong to the player, but that's
what I want to talk about.
The CBA they signed said that. They allowed it. I'm not saying it's right and it's going to change. I'm just saying, if you're a team, why would you not?
Yeah.
Especially with
but I'm talking about it from a point of view like Tatis. Does it show something like 2 years down the road when you're like, hey, you kind of screwed me over?
That's fair.
Or do you think it doesn't matter for someone like Wander Franco or like Chris Bryant that's going to get paid?
My issue with Chris Bryant is Scott Boras is his agent. And as much as I want to trash Scott Boras, I always will. I get why he's doing what he's doing. Players want money, he's going to get them money. But like Chris Bryant, no matter what, I think would have looked for the biggest deal out there. Not that I'm saying it's on Chris. I love Chris, always will. I hope to God he stays a Cub, but it's unlikely because someone's going to overpay for him. What the Cubs will pay, I should say. They're going to pay more than the Cubs are going to pay.
But I'm saying, do you think that?
I get it. Like you're saying, like it would. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Does it make bad blood?
I think it definitely can. I just don't even see how. If I'm a
get
player,
there.
man, I get it. Like I'd be like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, like, if you're a player, this is what the CBA says. You should probably try to fight it. Like Chris Bryant, he did it perfectly. He filed a grievance. He didn't even win, which he should have, honestly. He didn't win for the grievance, but he filed a grievance and said, this is wrong. I was clearly good enough. The guy's minor league numbers the year before were eye-popping.
He had some of the most hype for the year, just like Wander Franco does this year.
Yeah, he had 33 home runs as a senior in college, and then literally he set the Division I record, and then literally his minor league year, he won minor league player of the year, like 340 with 40 home runs in 120 games. He murdered
we lost
people,
Q.
killed people. He filed a grievance, and like he should have won, honestly, but he didn't. They did it exactly how you should do it. It's not right, but for your team, it just makes sense.
We lost Q.
No, I'm here still.
Oh. We just got a big old picture of Vish, and it's beautiful.
Turtles.
Yeah, so.
Oh, there he is.
I don't know. I think it's just. Connor, what do you think about, like, just hearing that for the first time?
No, so I remember the Seattle Mariners, wasn't their owner or GM or somebody was caught in a meeting talking about and everything like that and saying like, oh, like this person won't be up till 2023 and stuff like that. I mean, it sucks. Like, I understand what Vish is saying about that. I mean, that's what was an agreement in the player contract and everything like that. I mean, I also think it sucks to be a minor league player, literally train your entire life, and then be told, well, you're actually going to stay down in the minors because you are too good. So, I mean, like, in my opinion, like, that absolutely sucks, but...
Especially, and for me, too, like, so, like, I get it from, especially, like, the Rays are trying to win a division. They still believe they're going to win a division. and he.
Yeah, but 9 games, man. 9 games is nothing.
Yeah,
Especially
it might. Though.
Who's their first 9 games against, anyways? Let me look this up.
I don't know, but
it might be like 10 or 11 games, or even 8. I don't even know. It's a number of days. I don't even know the exact number, but.
And like I get it from the Rays' perspective, also though of what do the Rays do? Just like the A's, they're super analytical, and they kind of have to milk because they don't have the biggest payroll. They have to milk
because they're not going to keep. If Wander Franco is sorry, go ahead. I want to hear too.
No, yeah, like you're saying, like there's a chance they don't keep Wander Franco for that long.
Like if he is what they think he's going to be, there's no way in hell in free agency in 6 years they're going to keep him. So might as well get him for 7. The Cubs, it's a different story. You're a major market. Chris Bryant, like.
So I get it.
So
but at the same time, I'm thinking like again, maybe I'm overthinking this. In Wander Franco's eyes, you go, hey, they didn't do me dirty like that. I will take a little discount.
And that's where I think it just depends on the guy. Like,
is that a thing? I don't know.
I mean, to your credit, like your point right here, it's like Tatis. I was so angry this past year when they put him on the opening day roster. I was like, I was a guy who wanted to see the Padres succeed. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God, like this is the dumbest thing you could ever do. You have the future right here, and you just wasted a year. Especially as the Padres. Granted, they found $340 million. Yeah. $300 million deals. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't think they had that money to do this extension. So I assumed it was a Rays situation where they're not going to be able to keep this guy in 6 years. Why did you just do this? But now I get it. It makes more sense. But to your credit, that he signed that deal. Maybe he doesn't if they keep him down. I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a thing in the sea in, like, contract negotiation in 3-4 years. Or if they even ship him for that. Because, like, he's one of those guys. Also, I don't see him busting.
No one sees him busting. There's no way.
Yeah, he's just that good.
Yeah.
He's what 19 right now.
I think he's 20 of the max.
20. Yeah. He's watched a couple spring training games already from him, dude. He's one of the best players in the field already.
Tampa Bay Rays. Their first 6 games are against the Miami Marlins and the Boston Red Sox. I mean, that's not a...
Are those games going to matter for you?
No, but then they get straight into division play with the Yankees.
Well, that's already all this division then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
You can downgrade for those. If you're a team, just objectively, I know it's wrong, but like, that's what the CBA says. I'm doing it, especially on the Rays.
Yeah. I get it. You ready? Is that your kind of last thoughts on that?
Yeah, and I'm open to both sides. I'm not super opinionated about that. There's some stuff I am for sure, but.
All right, Connor, I want you to be in this conversation on this one. We can. So, as you guys know, I don't know if you do know this. Nick knows it, but not to like the full extent, I guess. They're trying some minor league rules out.
Yep.
Like to implement. So I'm going to go through some of these and we'll see what you guys think. So in AAA, they're going to increase the base size from 15 to 8 inches. My opinion, it just makes it safer a little bit. Like doesn't change the game at all. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
I agree. It's like thanks,
Rob. Double A, they're doing defense positioning. So there's going to be, they don't know for sure, but there's going to be a point in the year where there's going to be no full shifts. So no 3 guys on one side of the infield.
See, I'm a big fan of shifts. I really am. Like I don't understand how. Like, I feel like the game regulates itself. I really do, and I think we're within a 5 to 10, honestly 5 to 8 year window where there's about to be another revelation. I feel like there's going to be some pitching rule, and I don't know if you guys are going to agree with this or whatever. I can definitely foresee them like moving the mound distance or something like that. And I definitely think it's like somewhat changing it, but I feel like shifts are just a part of the game. I really do. And I feel like if they slightly move the mound back a little further, which I feel like they're going to do, and it may not be much. It's probably just going to be like 6 inches or something like that. But that's drastically going to change how dominant the pitchers are about to be in 5 to 7 years with the spin rate and everything like that going on. They're going to go to robotic umpires here in 5 to 7 years.
And we'll get to that. That's one of them.
Yeah. And so I feel like shifts are a part of the game. And so I feel like if we overhaul and try and put too much of I don't know, rules into it, it's going to ruin the natural kind of curve of the game regulating itself. And I feel like that's about to happen in 5 to 7 years. So I'm a big fan of keeping shifts. I think it's a part of the game. I think you have to try and beat the shift if you want to work with it. And that takes the ability of a team saying, hey, I'm okay with you laying down a few bunts here or there. Now that becomes front or like manager and stuff. It's their decision if they want to allow that in part of their offensive scheme or whatever, but I think you should keep shifts. I really do.
Nick, do you want to go?
Go for it.
Agreed, 100%. Not even close. Hate the rule. Reynolds, you'll learn this. Like, I'm not sure if I've ran into you about this since junior college. I probably didn't care as much in junior college. I was so obsessed with the MLB. Still am. I hate Bud Selig. I shouldn't say that. I hate them as commissioners. I hate Major League Baseball. I think they have no idea what they're doing. It's the worst run Big Four league. It's not even close. So I'm going to get on my soapbox plenty of times about rule changes, what they're doing. I hate regulating the shift. The shift is part of the game. I agree. I think the game regulates itself. How the game is played, I'm very much of a purist in most things. So the fact that they want to do, hey, you have to be on the dirts, whatever. I know they talked about that, but like changing that you have to be on certain spots. No, like I don't think that's your issue.
Yeah,
I'm against moving the mound back too. I can get on a rant about that. I ranted about this morning, just because like not even because I'm a pitcher. I mean, probably partially because I'm a pitcher, but like also I think Major League Baseball is trying to get away from strikeouts, home runs, and walks, and I think they should lean in, but they won't, and they shouldn't now because they hold all their fucking videos and shit, which is dumb. Anyway, I love this shift. Regulating it's stupid. I love the fact that you have to beat it and become a full hitter. Like you said, whether that's bunting the other way or – and there are straight pull guys who still hit well in the big leagues against the shift. You know?
Yeah, but you got to remember, like, so, like, let's get a dude that's shifted more than anyone, Joey Gallo, right?
Yeah, that dude still hits so well.
Joe Gully doesn't care about the shift.
No.
Joe Gully's trying to hit the ball over the infield.
And if he hits a ground ball to second base, it's
out
gobbled
anyway.
up more likely with a shift, but who doesn't care?
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. If it's a ground ball single, he's like, that's not what I was trying to do.
Exactly. He just takes it. Like, yeah, I think that is idiotic. Baseball's pretty like that. I hate that shit.
And
sorry.
Really quick to interject too, just like you said, Vish, I forgot to mention to myself, the fact that they're going to start counting how many feet are in the dirt or whatever, if that's like how they go to it.
Yeah.
Being a guy that played short, I mean, not at the level like this, dude, I never started in the dirt. Ever. And I didn't even have that great of an arm, but just that's what you have to do, especially with some players when they're hitting it hard and stuff like that, to give you that range. I started in shallow left field, and you're going to try and tell Trevor Story or Fernando Tatis Jr. that, hey, you're going to have to come a lot closer. Even just that's going to affect their just normal, regular, non-shift play. And I think it's bullshit.
I agree with you. It's like Seager. Like, I mean, I'm going to compare you to Corey Seager as a player here. If you don't know Reynolds, the dude's big for a shortstop. Like, you're just tall. You know, like Jose Iglesias is a little guy, move around really quick, can make those small twitchy plays. Corey Seager's a big shortstop. He can make those throws, but like he plays deeper and just can afford to do it.
Yeah. But
also can have that same range by playing deeper. And like I think they'll be trying to create more action, but you don't need more action. Stop trying to change the game. You should lean into home runs, walks, and strikeouts. Stop bending the balls. Just fucking say we're gonna make them go farther. Home runs save baseball. They saved baseball.
Talking about from an MLB perspective, like there's only one thing the game that you work on in the game, and like every baseball fan will agree with this. We talked about this. Is trying to make the game quicker, and that doesn't do it.
No,
like, I don't see like any positive like outcome for this.
Quicker is even for me, like, I don't even know, man. Like, how much quicker can you make the game?
4-hour baseball games just isn't good for anyone.
I agree. I'm not saying that we should have, that we want that. I'm just saying, I don't think there's a good way to make the game faster, and I don't think you're going to gain more of an audience.
Well, no one has
TV viewership by making it quicker. I think they need to lean into the NBA kind of thing, where it's an Instagram, Twitter thing, where you can get videos and clips that sell the game for you.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to make it faster. It's like, no, we need to lean into the home runs, the strikeouts, the spin rates, those crazy pitches that from Adam Ottavino, the pitching ninja, that shit. And then the home runs. That's what people want to see. They want to see 10-second clips of guys throwing 100 that, removes this much, or guys hitting the ball 500 feet. No one's watching full baseball games. You're not gaining much of an audience even if you make it faster. And you're not going to lose me. I'm a baseball fan. I'm a diehard. I'm never going to stop watching the MLB, even though I think it's a terribly run league. That's why I think it's garbage. That's why I think they hold on to their media. It's so dumb. It's like you're strangling the game for dollars now, but you're shrinking its capacity for growth in the future.
So it's like one of the things that like NBA does the best, right? Is market their individual players so well.
Yeah.
So like for me, it's when Mike Trout's hitting, I will always tune in.
Yeah.
If you're able to.
How do you do that for 100 players, 50 players, and get to that kind of level? Is the question that they haven't been tackling.
Yeah. For example, like just to go on this, like, because this is my issue with the game is like, I think baseball is slowly dying because, and it'll never die. Like there's too much of the pastime there, but like hockey could pass it. Like I'm not saying revenues wise, but like just popularity, like depending on how the NHL's run. Anyway, it's not the third best sport or third most popular because the MLB doesn't know how to market their product. Nothing is wrong with the game. I agree we don't want 4-hour games, but I'm just saying like I'm for some rule changes, not very many, but some. So for example, I have a cousin who played baseball in high school. He's not like a die-hard baseball fan. He likes the Braves a lot. Shout out Jackson if you're listening. I had to do it.
I love it. I love it.
He loves the
I just roll my eyes so hard on that too.
I know. I made myself just one of my mouth. He loves the pitching. He loves those kind of videos. Those clips, he watches Adam Ottavino, for example, throw a slider, or Chaz Rowe, who's a nobody. Mm-hmm. No offense to Chaz Rowe. Like, no one knows who Chaz Rowe is. And they're like, holy fuck, this guy's a witch with how he can move the baseball. Yeah, like this ball is like it's defying logic and gravity. It's crazy because it is crazy, but no one knows who that is because you're not marketing your players, and that's like what people want to see. You can grow the game and get more viewership, get kids to play, do whatever you want to do within the game to grow its popularity, and therefore make your money for the owners by just releasing information to the public and stop holding on to it to milk every dollar out of it.
Hi, Mom.
It's so logical in my head.
Hey Connor, do you ever think Nick should work in baseball?
I really do.
I think that might be a smart transition for him.
So one thing that I want to add to that though, and by the way, we're up to 3 viewers right now, everybody. So
hell yeah.
I know, right?
Jackson's on. Where's Jackson from?
He's in Georgia, I think, right now.
Jackson, Georgia, you're on.
Jackson Homer, baby.
The blackouts. Like, you guys are talking about how you want to get more clips out. You guys want to do more of this. I mean, there are people in the region of their team that can't even watch their team on the TV, and you can't even go to the game because there are some places that have blackouts. So how can you expand a game when people can't even watch it?
Like, we've had this issue so many times, but that's just such a cable will die soon, and that problem will be solved. So like,
but I mean, like even
time thing.
Even if you have like the little apps or whatever you need, like there's some spots that it's still blacked out. Like MLB, I've seen so many comments where it's like people trying to watch MLB on the MLB network or wherever it is, and they still can't get it. And it's like, how can you expand a game when there are people trying to watch it and they don't even know how to easily access the game?
Yeah. No, that's like my big thing. Like, TV. I don't even care about their TV deals. Honestly, I care about social media. That's the NBA, like you said. Like, they restrict and they hold all their proprietary video and information. Mm-hmm. Like Big Cat, for example, is tweeting out Cubs home runs. You don't want Big Cat tweeting out home runs of Cubs players? Every time a Cubs player hit a home run, he would tweet it out. And the MLB flagged him every time. And he had to eventually stop, but they would shut his Twitter down. He is literally doing your fucking job for you.
Yeah.
It is free marketing by an extremely influential sports person to young people. The entire demographic you can't get. How fucking dumb are you? That is literally all you need. Guys like that to back the game. I mean, you're holding your information because you want to milk dollars out of it, get these deals with Twitter and whoever, and all you have to do is let it go free to grow the game, and dollars will come through TV deals and whatever. Like, you need to stop holding. Like, it is so stupid. I can't even fathom it. Think about that.
No,
One of the most influential sports people, Big Cat, like, is tweeting out his team's home runs. And the Major League Baseball is flagging him for doing it because they own the content and they can't have people tweeting it out. Yeah. It's like, this guy is growing the game for you right here, right now, to people that you can't reach by yourself because you're just too dumb.
They've flagged my stuff in the past. They've flagged John Boy Media's. Dude, it's ridiculous. It's because they want all of the rights to all of it, and they don't understand that the NBA doing what they're doing.
A short-term ROI on it.
Exactly. And it's like, dude, for an owner, how are you backing this with Rob Manfred? It's so fucking stupid.
All right, well, what are the other rule changes?
Yeah, let's finish these minor league rules. So they have the step off rule in high A. So it's no more like the turn move.
Yeah.
Like, you have to clear the rubber.
You know, I've actually had an umpire enforce that in a random youth game, a year ago. Yeah. So this actually isn't one of the first times I've heard this rule.
Yeah.
It's weird.
They're gonna try it in high A. I just don't it's one of those rules. Again, I just don't see much positive impact on it.
I see a lot of base runners. It is a
steal more. People aren't stealing anymore.
But those who will be stealing, I feel like we might see obviously no one's gonna catch Ricky Henderson right now, but I could definitely see a resurgence of those guys who that is their game. If this goes widespread, this is gonna, I think, make a major impact. It is such a difference going from if it's just a quick pivot, your foot doesn't necessarily move from where it was at, and that's what some runners really key in on, is that space. And now with them forcing the pitcher to actually move their foot from that space to another location before they can pick, I think for those who do steal, this is going to be major, and then for everyone else, not going to matter.
Yeah, I don't know,
that's fair, actually. That's a good point.
A little transition, side note on this, Nick, we were talking about the stolen bases just aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
I just even this though, I don't think it's because of pickoffs. I think it's just because people got so analytical of it's just a bad play. And catchers and pitchers are so quick to the plate. It is. Hit
a double, yeah.
Yeah.
Stop stealing second, getting thrown. Hit a double. That's
yeah.
But also.
So I don't really see I kind of see Connor what you're saying. It could open our opportunity for stolen bases. I like people stealing bases. I think it's not from a team perspective, but from a watching perspective. I think it's awesome. It's so fun.
Don't steal if I'm on the team or if I haven't made any decisions. Unless you're an 80 grade speed and you have great instincts. But in general, I agree. I think the Reynolds, you're saying, for example, I think baseball, they're dead in the balls. I hate it. I can't. That's one rule I want to talk about because, again, it's stop acting like you want action. You don't want action. You want clips. Anyway, dumb. You want home runs. Home runs saved baseball in the 90s. Anyway, so dumb.
Bring back steroids.
Bring back steroids.
What?
Yeah,
huh?
But steals are a great example. Steals quick things that happen that you can market, hobby buys, slides, whatever. That kind of stuff you want. You want that kind of action, and that could help it. I think. Like I said, I don't know if there's a ton of ramifications for it, but
I guess it's one of those rules too. And there's no negative impact to me that much.
Yeah, same.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
The next one's really big. Is the electronic strike zone, and they're going to do it in the low A in the Southeast League.
I'll let someone else go first.
I am so split on this one.
You go first, and we'll have Reynolds go as a hitter, and then I'll go.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think I'm going to be right. I don't know. I'm so split on this one. I love the period of the game of catchers earning strikes, and I love a pitcher inning in and out. But I also kind of get the way of where baseball is going, and trying to be perfect in every respect. I don't know. This one's really tough for me.
It's hard.
From a hitter standpoint, I actually really enjoy this, obviously, for the fact of dude, with these pitchers, with what they're able to do with the ball, I mean, they're witches. Like Vish said, bro. It's absolutely insane what they're able to do with the ball now. And then you add in the receiving and framing of catchers behind the plate. Dude, umpires aren't seeing it. You got Joe West and you got Angel Blindman Hernandez, like, behind the plate. Like, they don't know what they're doing, man. Like, it's ridiculous. And the quicker that we can get to it, I think you're going to see hitters like Aaron Judge. Their stats are going to explode because Aaron Judge gets screwed a lot. I mean, and it's not just him. It's a lot of players that aren't the normal, like, proportion size that umpires are used to. And so I think once we get away from it, catchers start doing the quick scope, drag scope jazz with their gloves. Pitchers, they actually have to start hitting their spots. I think it was the average MLB pitcher misses their spot by like 6 inches. Like, I think it was like 45 to like 60% of the time. So you take those pitches away that were meant to be on the corner but actually missed by 2 inches. That was getting called a strike by Joe West is now going to get called a ball. So I think hitters are going to appreciate it. As a coach, I think it's interesting. As a person that enjoys the game, I think I wish that they would keep the normal catcher back there, for being honest, or the normal umpire back there. I think it's really cool. I enjoy the purest part of the game of how it's old-fashioned. That's how a lot of the other sports are. I think it's an art for the catchers that have been working. You're going to have so many guys that are going through high school and college right now that nonstop, that's a predominant thing that catchers are taught. And then once they get to the highest level or professional, it's going to be like, hey, we actually don't care about that whatsoever. I feel like you would probably see a lot of corner guys transition to catchers possibly just because you don't really need to receive that much or anything like that. You just get somebody that mashes behind the plate and has a decent arm. And so I think it could possibly change the game. As a hitter, I love it, but...
Before you go, Nick, real quick, because I know what you're going to say, and this doesn't take away from anything. Going back to the one, like, positive, negative side of it.
Yeah.
How quick is this, like, is this going to, like, me and my friends were joking about this, like, who I'm working with right now, or, like, is it going to, like, a computer, like, slip out a note? It's like, it's a strike, and then someone has to read it? I'm obviously joking, but, like.
No, yeah.
Yeah, like, how long is it? Is it gonna pop up right away? Like,
I think
what's the transition time on this?
I have no idea. That's a good question. If it's gonna hinder length of pitching,
yeah,
get rid of it. Never do it. I'm already.
Okay, so Matt, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I think they'll have a seamless transition. Whether they're going to do it, they'll have it like a pop up on the big board.
I agree, but I'm just kind of curious.
No, I agree. Like strike.
The guy like reads it. He's like,
here's the paper. He's like, strike.
Fall right down the middle. There's a strike.
Anyway, yeah. So I think that if this transition can be seamless, I know it's a hard topic. I get the yes side of doing it. I'm not even all the way out on it, but I'm out on it just simply because I'm a pitcher. 2, like I said, I'm a purist. I don't want baseball to actually change how the game is played very much. There are small things I'm for. This is a pretty big change, though. So I have a hard time with it. And I also had a hard time with when they had, like, the replay review. I was like, man. Now I'm like, okay, it's a good rule. I'm glad they did that. You know, just because, like, I don't like the game being changed that much. And that's a pretty big change. You know, I like the human element of it. Granted, this just completely takes the human element out of the home plate umpire, which, again, I know that's probably a good thing from, like, an objective standpoint. I get that. And I'm not even against it because, one, it could also solve, like you said, it could help. It could be faster than a normal umpire, too. I don't know. But
what I'm surprised.
I'm just like, I love. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so I was like, what I'm surprised mostly is, like, have you seen the umpire signed off on this?
Did they?
So, like, that, I don't know, that really surprised me. Obviously, I think they got, like, a settlement deal maybe a little bit in there.
Okay.
But,
because they're gonna lose money for sure. They're gonna get
but, like, I don't know. It's weird they signed off on it. And like what they're planning to do is they're gonna have someone behind the plate still.
Yeah.
Gotta call it out and save.
They're gonna call it out and save. But
yeah.
I think
I don't know. Just really surprised they were that because it was a pretty quick like agreement on the umpire side.
That's pretty shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, very shocking.
I would assume the guy at home makes more money than the guys on the bases as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I think
that's where I'm like, you're gonna lose money and probably some jobs.
Yeah.
So we have a viewer saying that they think that there will be sensors in the uniforms for balls and strikes to notify the players. What do you guys think of that? There's like a little buzzer, like what the Astros used to use. If there was like one of those.
I'm just thinking hilarious things right now. Imagine like hitting, and like, it like gets messed up. Like the hitter gets a strike and the pitcher gets a ball.
Oh, brother.
Like ball.
I think they can do it
the
pretty
other
easily.
way around. Hitter thinks it's ball 4, and he goes strike 3, and the fucking pitcher's like pumped, striking out. The guy's taking his gear off, walking down the plate.
Just awkwardness, everybody.
And everyone's like, "What is happening?"
Also, just the fact that it's buzzers again.
Oh, buzzers! You're going with it?
Yeah.
Don't take my shirt off. Don't take my shirt off.
He's like,
That'd be funny. That opens the door for cheating. Yeah.
No, so if I recall,
Sorry.
I think Frontier League or some major independent league already went to electronic umpires, and I think it's the home plate umpire calls like normal balls and strikes, and then I think people can challenge on what the actual result was. So that way you kind of keep a constant pace of having someone behind there, but then if it's a borderline pitch, then you do the little ear muffins thing or whatever it is, and you review it.
Jeez, I'm talking about people getting thrown out of games.
Oh, immediately every single person after each pitch, straight to it.
Oh, as a hitter,
Oh.
Tossed.
My coach would have hated me.
I need to find this story real quick before we move on to the next thing.
And so
Someone got thrown out in the fall league last year.
whenever we finish up these rules, I actually got to go. This has been too good of a damn conversation. We're actually pushing on an hour and a half right now.
Yeah, we can just finish this one up.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Just whenever we finish up the rules.
I need like Joe Rogan. I need some quicker to type this stuff in.
Only reason I don't know electronic is I like
the Atlantic Frank Viola.
this fucking guy.
Frank Viola. Did you hear that in the background? That music.
No.
Mm-mm.
Drunk as soul.
But Frank Viola got thrown out in the fall league, in the Atlantic League last year for arguing with an automated strike zone.
No, he did not.
He did. He was the first one ever.
That's so dumb.
What do you do as the umpire? You're like, dude, I don't know.
I didn't call. I made a call.
I didn't make the call.
It's a robot. It can't be wrong.
Yeah.
So that is actually one little thing that I saw that was kind of like a glitch in the system, was that in that league you have to set like a buffer to it, because if it because the strike zone's in like a 3D type deal slightly. So if a ball, if a seam catches the back end of it, is that what you consider a strike? Does it have to be the full ball over the full plate? Can it nick? What is the margin of error or the leeway that you give on it? And so I think that part of it is probably going to take the absolute longest. To get over and get done with, but that'll be. I'm interested to see how they do that, or what the true definition is, because that's going to change a lot of umpires down the ranks, because you're not going to have electronic umpires everywhere. So I feel like that would be interesting.
True. Yeah, that's like.
Oh, sorry, go for it.
No, it's just good. Only reason I'm out. Not only reason. A couple reasons. One, I don't want to change the game a lot. I love the human element. Love arguing. Love that. I also love the pitcher earning the outside edge and not getting it when he's wild, and then throwing a dot on that's like you said, clipping the zone on the outer half or the inner half or whatever, and not getting it because he has been so inconsistent. I love both those kind of things. I know that doesn't make any sense. Just like how I was against replay when it first came out, not super heavily, but just I don't know. I get it doesn't make sense, but I just I love that aspect of the game, the human element, and being able to earn your way in or not earn your way into strikes and balls, depending. I'm not saying I don't want, and because you're right, there are umpires out there, where you can get horrible calls, even in the major leagues. And by and large, major leagues are pretty good, but like you said, you have guys out there who are giving horrendous calls. So I'm obviously here for earning, what do you want to say, half a ball off or whatever, but I'm not for earning, not even half a ball. I'm not hurting just off of the outer edge, but like I get what you're saying. I hear both sides. Both sides make sense. I'm just against it for a couple of reasons, but I'm not like super dug in, if that makes sense.
Let's talk about the last one here, and then we'll be done with these. The pickoff. There's a pickoff limit for it's gonna be 2 per AB. I forgot what league this is in, but
I am for this.
I am for this, but like, what if you do it twice and then you're like, guys, halfway?
Don't be dumb. Don't show.
Halfway to second, you're like, I can't step off.
Yeah, don't be dumb.
Second. Yeah, use them strategically, I guess.
Like, I mean, I feel like you probably would have to add like a little like on the after the 7th foul ball, we're gonna add like 1 pickoff for you or something like that. But I mean, like
step off rule and this rule. That's all I'm saying. Because then like you're just giving bases away.
Yeah. I am for this, man. I am for this.
Connor pro stolen bases is what we learned today.
Dude, I love it. I love the action because then, you know, you give it back. You guys were saying earlier that pitchers and catchers are so quick to the plate and everything like that. I mean, this could be that counterbalance that possibly gets that makes it to where it's not as statistically poor to steal. I mean, this gives you a chance. I mean, and also as a pitcher, I mean, you don't have to pick off twice. Like, how many times have we seen more than 2 pickoffs in an individual, like, AB consistently?
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like more than, honestly, than I would like to see.
Exactly, and they're not needed.
No, I agree. It's when you see those guys doing it a bunch, but it's just like that gives a pretty easy stolen base. I guess you could just pitch out though.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
That's kind of interesting now though. You have like the strategy of like you've used two of your pickoffs already. The guy has a big lead. You pitch out.
Yeah.
Also, like
post him.
if he picks out twice,
yeah, I kind of like that.
Could he like step off and like disengage the rubber completely and throw it like to second base, or is
I'm
this
not
like
sure. Like where you can just like run at him.
or like, because if this guy's getting an unlimited lead, it's a guaranteed steal. You know, like that.
Yeah, it's like he's halfway there, and you like look over at the umpire, and you're like, please.
Like, the minute you step on the rubber, if you can't disengage, that would just
So, you know,
we can look definitely more into that.
I would definitely say, like, if they made it to where you can only make a throw to a designated base while within the mound of the mound twice in an at bat. But if you disengage, you can disengage as many times as you want. Hey, pump fake that thing. Let me see it, baby. Let me see what you've got, okay? And just let it go. If they want to pick off, make it to where, or not pick off, but if they want to throw over and they've already done their 2 pick throws, make them run off of the mound, become an infielder. Let's change the.
I liked it. Like Reynolds, sorry, I'm gonna jump in.
Go for it.
This is like a Chris Finnegan.
You have to like disengage. I like the 2 pickoffs, and then like let's say the guy gets the unlimited lead to second base. You either pitch out, or if he's so grossly off the base, where like the pitch out wouldn't even do it, the guy's fast or whatever. Disengage. You have to have a foot on the grass to release the ball.
I like that.
To throw the ball.
Makes sense.
You have to actually be off of the mound. You can't be on the dirt. You can't just disengage and like throw the ball on the dirt because it's pretty much a pickoff. It's a slower pickoff. You have to, take a hop step or whatever, get to the grass to make third or second base.
Last thing on this.
Then you can't just get a free base, but still, keep some action in the game.
Last thing on this though, it's like it seems like a lot of these rules are kind of pushing for more stolen bases. Connor, I've already talked about the Nick. This is the lowest stolen base attempts per game since when? When do you think? Because Nick knows the answer already.
Ooh.
Like these last 2 years, the lowest stolen base attempts since what year?
I'm thinking steroid era, but if I remember correctly, like there were still a lot of people like Jeffrey Fry that were just slapping little singles and trying to run around. So I'm thinking probably even before then. I'm gonna probably go when they didn't know stealing was a thing, probably in like the 1915s.
It's 1979.
Oh wow, not even remotely close on my end.
Yeah, 1950s. That's the lowest stolen base since then.
Wow.
Which again, it's just become it's from an analytical perspective, it's become a bad play.
Yeah.
Just like bunting, just like.
Yeah.
Is that all the rule changes?
That is all the rule changes.
You guys have any closing remarks?
that we can play. You want to see how Nick's a wizard with batting averages and OPS?
Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah, you guys want to do a quick quiz Nick game?
We'll do a Nick. This is actually insane. I bet he actually gets this right. Let's go some. What kind of player should we? I'm gonna type in the
just
player.
give me some random ones.
Give me a random player.
Formula One race.
Gets the OPS.
Yeah, no, give it to me. I bet you I
We'll
get pretty close on a lot of these.
start easy. This is if you. I guarantee you. Everybody knows this down to a number.
Dude,
Chris
I'm
Bryant, OPS.
What year?
Career.
Oh shit, this is gonna be hard.
Oh, you don't know it?
After last year, I haven't looked since last year. Keep it so
no.
bad. 8. It's gonna be 880 or 890 for sure.
We got.
891.
He's wrong. 889.
Fuck!
Isn't that insane? Though he knows that.
That's bad. I don't know it, honestly. That's pretty bad.
Weird. You know that.
You want me to tell you what he his rookie year with how many home runs, how many RBIs? I might be able to tell how many runs.
What do you got?
Rookie year 275, 26 bombs, 99 RBIs. It's a guarantee. It's a lock.
You got a. Can you give me his MVP year?
I mean, abso-fucking-lutely.
he's like, yeah, I can give you how many doubles, triple he had.
I might be able to give you doubles. 295, no doubt about it.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not. Oh,
Yeah, you
shit,
are.
am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Oh, no.
292.
Oh, fuck. I was going to say 292 after. Oh. That was bad.
You guys can't see my face right now.
That was bad.
Hilarious.
I mean, that honestly pains me. That's
What do you got? Home runs and RBIs.
Home runs, it's not even funny. Don't fuck with me because he hit a home run in the All-Star game. It should be fun for me.
Dude, you know what year this was?
What's up?
Oh my god, I forgot what year this was.
No, yeah, it's that year.
Yeah, real quick, we'll be done after this, Connor.
He had 40. He had 40 home runs. That's what I'll say.
No, he did not.
I'm aware. That
Okay, I get what you're saying. So, Nick and I have, we've been doing pre-season bets since our first fall at Garden City, so 2015. And the bets were always, they started off as who will hit more home runs, Nolan or Chris Bryant.
Yeah,
And
obviously.
then we added the next year, so it was like $5 or something, broke college kids. Like $5, whoever hits more, and then an additional 5 if you get to 40. So if you both get to 40, it clears out. It was like, it was the toughest we've ever, the closest we ever had with Nolan and Chris, and it was like May or something. And the Cubs are playing the White Sox, right?
Yeah. White Sox, yes.
White Sox. Who robbed it?
I might have been Adam. It was left-handed. I think it was Adam. It wasn't Adam. It was to left field.
Was it
Adam playing right? Fuck, I don't remember.
I don't remember. So, but somebody robs a home run in an April.
He's 11th for the year or something.
It was whatever. And Nick texts me and goes, "What if Chris Bryant ends with 40 or 39 home runs?" And I lose on that bet. And I was like, "That's not going to happen." Turns out, Nolan ends at 40 home runs on the dot, and Chris Bryant's with 39. So he loses both bets on that one robbed home run.
Brutal.
In May.
And then he also likes to talk about that.
I lose the Nolan home run bet and didn't get to 40.
Yeah, and the All-Star game that year he hit a home run in the first inning.
He would missile off Chris Sale. A missile home run off Chris Sale.
And he was trying to make me count it for a month and a half. Every day I would say he'd be like,
dude, Chris Sale's a machine, especially back
if we're being honest, I might side with Vish on this one.
You think I owe Nick $10?
I mean, were there any terms and conditions, fine print that it would have to be?
There were no terms and conditions.
I mean, technically, if the bet was that he would hit 40 home runs and he ended up hitting 39 in the regular season and 1 in an exhibition game, technically he still hit 40 home runs.
Technically, I'm $10 richer.
That year he had 102 RBIs though, if you're wondering as well. I can't believe I missed 292. Oh my god. He has a year where he has 295 the next year.
Yep.
Okay. God damn it.
Why do you know that?
What do you mean, how do I know that?
Do you just you lay in your bed and you're like, that'd be cool. Let me just study this line of
I mean, dude, I just, like, after the year, I'm like, I know what Chris Bryant's hitting. Like, if you ask me during the season, once the season starts, I'll know if you text me on the day, what's the OPS today? I'll probably get it right on the head. I'm not.
It's just a weird. It's just weird.
All right, hold on. Let's put that down right now. So what was that? If you text Vish.
I won't even doubt he'll know.
Yeah, like, if you text me during the day, like, the random day, but before the Cubs play, not after, because, like, I have to look at the box score if I don't watch the game. You text me before the Cubs play on a day, what's Chris Bryant's OPS right now, I will probably know. So I check the box score every night and see what his line is.
All right, we're going to take you up on that.
I might know Anthony's, too, depending.
Real quick, can you do hobby bias OPS?
Career?
Yeah, career.
Oh, this is hard, because to start his year, he was not. Yeah. He was fine, but he wasn't.
Or do you want to do it? Actually, can you get his best OPS?
Yeah, that'll be pretty close. I think his best year he had like an 880. Is it in the 880s? Is it not?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. I'm just going to guess 881.
881.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
God, I'm a machine. I'm legit.
It's just like, why?
I don't even think I get that.
There's so many more useful things. You know how people have like, why do you know like a bunch of movie lines?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so unnecessary to know. Like, you could be having like that space for so much other things. That's how Nick is with OPS stats.
Yeah, I mean, not even like mostly Cubs, but not even Cubs. Like, they're random guys.
Yeah, they're random players he just knows for some reason.
Yeah, it just makes no sense.
I love it. Well, gentlemen, thank you guys so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I think it went really well. If you guys would like, you guys can rewatch this at twitch.tv/RBI_baseball_LLC. Here in a little bit, you guys can also locate it on YouTube, RBI Baseball LLC. You guys can find the schedule for everything like this on my Instagram, RBI Baseball_LLC. And Vish and Q, you guys want to link your socials?
No, I'm okay.
I
kind of just deleted all my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, did you really?
Instagram. I go on it about once a week. Other than that, I don't go on my social media. If you follow it, I don't go on it, so I probably won't see it. But if you want to go on there, you can.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. We're going to hop off the stream, but the Zoom meeting can keep going. So thank you, everybody who tuned in. Really appreciate it. We're going to try and figure out a schedule for this if possible, and we'll get it out there. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.